Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. We got ourselves kind of an interesting live stream for today. We are actually seeing our first, well, I'm going to call it our first real winter storm that is currently ongoing here across the country for some states such as Colorado and New Mexico and some of those areas out west. We do have ourselves a lot of activity, so we're going to go ahead and jump on into it, my friends. Once again, everybody, good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see who we got here today. We have Peachy, we have Coverage, we have Legacy, we got ourselves Misty, Time to Kill, John, Joplin. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. So yeah, here's a current look at the radar out here towards Colorado. We've been seeing quite a bit of snowfall into some of these regions here. Currently it's snowing pretty good out there by Denver. As a matter of fact, I got a little bit of a surprise for you guys. We do have a live camera. That's not the right camera. That's not the right camera either. Hold on. We're going to actually hop over here. This will probably be the easiest thing to do. So here's a live camera up in Denver. Currently experiencing a bit of snowfall currently. As you can tell, there's a good amount of snow from what it looks like on the ground out there by Denver. Some areas have actually picked up nearly 2 foot of snow, which that's a lot of snow. That's definitely a lot of snow. Let's see here. What's up, Misty? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Darren? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Let's see. Time to Kill says I'm in Peyton, Colorado. How much snow have you gotten so far, man? Have you gotten quite a bit? I mean, from what it looks like, you guys have seriously gotten a pretty good amount. I do have a way to show you guys roughly about how much snow has fallen. So we're gonna hop our way over here to this page whenever it decides it wants to load. But whenever it loads, we'll look over there. Here we go. Okay, so this is actually a view here. Kind of showing us how much snow we've seen in the last 24 hours. This is within the last day. We've seen quite a bit of snow, as you can tell. Actually, let's do the last 48 hours. We'll figure out the last 2 days worth. There you go. Yeah, you can really see just how much snow has fallen out in some of these regions here. I mean, we are some areas are well over 3 feet of snow from this system here overall. You guys can kind of see the key on the bottom part of the screen here. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Some of those upper elevations in like northeastern areas of New Mexico and like southeastern areas of Colorado have seen a absurd amount of snowfall. It's actually pretty crazy. Let's see here. It will be 23 by the morning, they say. Wow, that's a lot of snow. It's definitely can be kind of a pain to deal with too. Just that is a lot of snow. There's a certain point where it's like you know, snow is cool, but then it's like there's also a certain point where it's like, okay, this is too much, and then we've officially, I think we've reached the okay, this is too much stage. Definitely is a lot of snow out there. So we're gonna hop our way over here to back to the program because we actually do still have a tornado watch. Believe it or not, for some of the areas near Dallas, we have been kind of looking at a tornado watch earlier today. Part of it's still in effect here. We're gonna hop the radar real quickly. We do got ourselves a tornado watch here out here just to the south and to this kind of to the southeast of Dallas here. We do got about 70 minutes left on this tornado watch, so we don't have too much longer. As of now, there's no current severe thunderstorms on this little line that's forming here, or that has been kicking off here. It's also associated with that you know, system that's causing the snow. It's just one big low pressure system that's just causing snow on the top left, the upper left hand corner. That's where you have the best mixing with the moisture and the cold air and stuff like that. So am I doing zip codes? Yeah, we can do a couple zip codes tonight. I don't see why not. But yeah, so you know, we still got that tornado watch in effect. I mean, we'll keep a close little eye on it for a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to be live for an absurd amount of time, but we'll be here live here for a little bit. And if there's any tornado warnings that get issued or whatever, we'll definitely look at those. But as of right now, things seem to be pretty good. We don't got any tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Honestly, I feel like that's probably the end of it. Knock on wood. But as of right now, things are looking pretty good. Now, also, we still got the tropics, guys. I mean, it's literally all kinds of craziness going on right now. I mean, look at this. Look at this, guys. So this is within, like, I'd say at least 2,000 miles of each other. So we got, obviously, you know, Colorado and New Mexico up here having snow. And then we got some severe weather here in Texas. And then we got some tropical activity here in the Gulf. It's like, what the heck is nature doing right now? It's like literally everything. I mean, look, winter storm warning, tornado watch, and then we got tropical system here. This is Raphael. Currently is a Cat 2, sustained of 100 miles an hour. I think they might have given us an update. Here, let me pull it up real quickly just to make sure they haven't updated this on me. So it's still sustained at 100. Last update was at 6:30 Eastern, so a little bit ago. Pressure down to 967 millibars and moving to the west at 9 miles an hour. Here, let's go and take a quick little peek here at the satellite imagery of Raphael here. So this is Raphael. It honestly just looks like a big blob, but it's still a hurricane. Yeah, it still is a hurricane. Category 2. Once again, like I said, pressure's down to 967, moving to the west here at 9 miles an hour. So that is that. Let's see here. Let's see, 80128 is still snowing. I don't know how much we will get overnight. Well, let's take a look at your latest warning. We can figure out how much they have you in the forecast. So 80128. Let's see here. Yeah, so you are in a winter storm warning here. They are saying these areas will see another 6 to 12 inches before it ends by sunrise tomorrow, is what it's saying here. So yeah, I mean it's actually a pretty good amount of snowfall. I mean, you know, that's not really considering I'm you know, from what you've already got. I don't know when this latest assessment was updated. Let's see here. But yeah, we obviously could pick up a couple of let's see here. Oh, these are the southern foothills. Could see another 6 to 12. Let's see here. Between 5 and 12 inches is what the main thing says. Yeah, that's for like Maine of Denver there. Yeah, so definitely you know, still a pretty good amount of snowfall overnight is possible. Let's see here. But yeah, like I said to y'all, if you do want me to pull up your zip code, we'll have no problem doing that. We're gonna bring back our radar over here. It's also quite windy out in some of these areas here too. We've been seeing quite a bit of gusty winds. You know, we're seeing 26 sustained out there by Colorado Springs. Denver, nothing super crazy out here towards Denver, about 10 to 15 miles an hour, so fairly light. But there is some areas that's been actually experiencing some pretty hefty winds out there. Hopping over here to the radar towards like western Kansas. So yeah, you can see where it turns back in the rain. We're gonna pull up the temperatures because yeah, surface temperatures has a lot to do with what we can see. Yeah, you can see the temperatures are just way too warm out here towards like western Kansas. I mean, we're talking like temperatures 40, lower 40s for the most part. So it's too warm for you folks out here towards like Kansas and stuff like that. So, but anyways, let's see here. Legacy says sorry. What are you sorry about? But anyways, but yeah, we got ourselves Nebraska. Yeah, it's just too warm for some of these areas out by like western Kansas, western Nebraska. And then, like I said, Colorado, we got, that's where a lot of the activity is currently kicking off here. Let's go and hop back to that camera we got. So here's a camera out by Denver, Colorado. Currently snowing a good little bit here. It's it's that time of the season, guys. We got to start thinking about more snow as we're heading into the snow season. Obviously, we're still in fall, of course, and we will be for a while. We still got about a little over a month left of fall because I believe winter starts officially in, I know it's December. I think it's December 20th, 21st. Pretty sure. One of those 2 days, I'm pretty sure, is whenever this thing, or whenever we head into winter. So, we're gonna definitely need to look out there for that. Now, like we mentioned on our winter forecast, and stuff like that. I mean, there's a good shot. We really could have some pretty solid, snow in some places. Let's see. Missouri is too warm for snow. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, we zoom in here. Yeah, temperatures are in the upper 50s. Just a little bit too warm. Just a little bit. No, Legacy, you didn't. Let's see. The news says it's the most significant over snow a storm in a while. I'm sure, dude. I'm sure. I mean, some places, like I mentioned, are seeing like 3 feet of snow. I mean, it's ridiculous. We've been seeing quite a bit out here. Here, let me pull up something real quickly. I wonder if this is gonna work very well. It'll do. So here's what we're gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna turn off radar and stuff like that for a minute. Actually, we're gonna hop you guys over here again instead of doing all that. Let's just bring you guys back over here real quickly. So we're gonna bring up our winter accumulations. So this is the 50th percentile, basically the thing you should go off of. So this is how much snow we could see in the next 48 hours or so. So not, this is kind of the expected amount of snowfall. So yeah, Denver, we could pick up another maybe 5 or so inches. Some localized areas, maybe 6 or 7 inches of snow out here. But you got to think, a lot of it has already fallen. We've already seen a lot of the snowfall out here. I mean, Colorado Springs could pick up maybe another 2 to 3 inches or so out by Colorado Springs is the expected. Trinidad, about maybe 1 to 3 inches in some spots. Probably more. I'd say more like 2 to 3, from what the 50th percentile suggests here, which is what you should go off of. That's like the most probable. But yeah, I mean, what is this, Lyman out here? About 5-6 inches or so could be possible. So yeah, there still is a pretty good amount of snowfall that is, possible, out here, out of this storm here overall. So yeah, we'll definitely still be watching out for that. I want to say the roads, they might be, I could be wrong on this, but I think the roads might be a little bit too warm still for really any heavy accumulation on the roads. Another reason I say that is, if we take a look at the current live camera out here towards Denver, you can actively see here the fact that, that we're still seeing, I mean, the roads definitely are wet from that precipitation, but they're not really covered in snow. That I wouldn't say it wouldn't be like I said, it's probably not snow plowed either, because if there is a snow plow that went through here, these banks here would be completely like filled, but they're not. And obviously you can see a lot of snow that's fallen like in the grass out here, but the roads are just kind of wet, and I'm assuming because the roads are still a little bit too warm for the accumulation to really accumulate, or for the snow to really accumulate. Yeah, I think it's just simply a little bit too warm for the roads for that. Now the back roads, more shaded areas, that could be a little different. But I'm not entirely sure of the road temperature out here. What's something I used to do, which is actually pretty cool. Whenever I lived in Virginia and we'd get somewhat frequent snowstorms, what I'd end up doing is I get one of those digital thermometers, and I pointed at the asphalt there, and I would shoot the little thermometer, the infrared thermometer, and I would just see like what the temperature was of the surface, and that way I could tell like if snow did fall, it would or would not stick. But since, like I said, we're still early season for snow, like really early season for snow, things are still likely warm because the ground is still fairly warm. And it takes a little bit of time for things to finally cool down for the snow to actually stick. I live in Colorado. How much snow could 80122 see? Let's see here. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, so you're basically south Denver. So about 5 to 12 more inches seems to be the expectancy from the latest assessment from the Weather Service. So about 5 to 12 inches of snowfall, which is pretty good. But obviously we've already seen quite a bit of snow in some of these regions here. Overall, yeah, it's definitely fallen pretty well. We've gotten quite a bit. Let's see here. Destroyed a cheap cutting board to have something to measure the snow with last year because Walmart was out of rulers. Used it during that snowstorm in Tennessee last winter. Oh, is that the one with the big ice in Tennessee? I remember covering that one storm up in Tennessee. Yeah, that was one I don't forget. That was a pretty nasty storm actually. I think it caused a lot of snow, like some. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there was over a foot out in Tennessee in some spots because of that storm. Yeah, I do remember covering that though. I really do. That was something else. We're gonna have to get back into the winter storm mode here soon. Like I mentioned, because we're getting to the point where winter storms are going to start becoming a little bit more common. They really start to amplify towards the end of the month into December. That's like whenever that winter weather really starts to creep down. Because a lot of the winter weather right now is very isolated to like the west and some of those upper elevations. Where it is the air pressure is lower, temperatures are a little bit cooler. Which makes snow a little bit easier to happen. So that that's what it kind of start out in the Rockies and in just the upper elevations of the mountains here. Now, yeah, by the time we usually reach like late November, December, that's when we can start to see like those normal flat elevation surfaces, up in like the northern plains and some of these regions to start seeing maybe a little bit of snow, sometimes up in the northeast too. But yeah, really once we work our way in towards like January, that's whenever like the snow can really start to sink down into the country and cause quite a bit of wintry mess overall. So yeah, definitely. What's up, Dylan? Hope you're doing good, man. But yeah, and of course January, February, like the two really big months for winter weather and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, what I find crazy, guys, is the fact that we literally have winter weather over here. We have a tornado watch over here, and then we have a hurricane, tornadic activity, and winter weather, like within a relatively short distance. I mean, no, that's not really too short, but that's like 1,000 miles. That's literally like 1,000 miles. Like, and within 1,000 miles, you're getting a hurricane, a tornado watch, and a in winter weather. Wow, that's something you really don't see every day. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Right now, like we mentioned on the hurricane, it's currently a Category 2, sustained of 100, gusting up to 120 miles an hour. And that central low is down to 967 millibars here. So that is still fairly low pressure. But the thing is here, we'll actually take we'll do a little segment on this storm real quickly. The thing is with Raphael, right? So the storm is starting to run into some problems. What's up, Court? Yeah, the storm is starting to run into a little bit of problems. We're going to hop our way over here to the moisture. So you can see that western side, so this is just representing overall humidity in the atmosphere from the low to the upper atmosphere. So, indicated here in this kind of bluish green color, this is representing higher humidities, therefore higher moisture content, more moisture available. In the west, you can see that tan color. That's representing lower humidity levels. So that's why Raphael is starting to die out a bit. It's definitely going to start weakening a lot here soon, because what's going to happen is that dry air is really going to start pounding that storm. As we approach our way really into late tomorrow, this thing will really start picking up some dry air. And dry air is like one of hurricanes' worst nightmares. Because, for a tropical system to thrive, you need moisture. You need a lot of, supply of water. You need a lot of water vapor. And we're really taking that away from the storm here. So that's good news. That's really good news. Not for the storm, but, for us and for everybody. Then the storm's just going to kind of die out as all that moisture kind of just fades away, and it just kind of gets engulfed in just a bunch of dry air. There's not going to be much convection, and storms are not going to really want to fire off. I mean, you can see how there's only a few little showers, a few little, thunder showers in this, versus, previously, a lot of heavy precipitation, a lot of thunderstorm activity. And you can see it just really slows down on that convection because, the environment's not really favorable for thunderstorms. Therefore, the storm cannot continue to sustain itself and to continue to kick off. Let's see here. But anyways, Dylan says, what's driving this low south? Shouldn't it want to go towards the other low in the Midwest? What? Oh, the tropical system here. Well, let's look at the big picture. Let's see what the big picture is showing us here. So we're gonna pop out back here. So, you can see that there is that, but there is also a little bit of a frontal system here associated. So that's gonna pull it to the north, but it's just not strong enough. That low up to the north is not strong enough to really influence this system too much. Matter of fact, that low isn't really that strong, and of course it's gonna zoom its way to the north. And then what it looks like it's going to happen is we're going to start to get some high pressure kind of pushing the thing back down. So while it's going to start to pull to the north a little bit, it could just do a little loop-de-loop, because that low is relatively weak. That low shoots up to the north, and then, of course, the high pressure kind of builds in and kind of pushes it back down overall. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like on this system here. Hope we get tons of snow this winter. Yeah. Well, some areas will. You guys should check out our winter forecast we put up a little bit ago. It's on our videos tab. So after this live stream, if you want to go and look at that, you can. Some areas will see a pretty good amount of snow this year. Typical pattern. Matter of fact, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop you guys. I'm going to do a little bit of a quick little update on this, quick little update on the winter weather thing. Let me go and pull up the forecast models here. See what we got going on. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, so for this winter, We are expecting to be in neutral conditions. It seems like those models have updated quite a bit. So we are. I might eventually need to do another update on our winter forecast, but yeah, from what it looks like, the median has us into an ENSO neutral winter. So that the previous earlier assessments were suggesting La Nina, weak La Nina. That's what we forecasted for our winter forecast, but it seems like the models have changed a bit. So we might need to just do a quick little update, winter forecast update at some point. So the thing is, what ENSO neutral typically brings to our country is quite a bit of severe weather for the South. For one, here, let me just pull this up for you guys. Okay, here we go. So this is what a typical ENSO neutral pattern looks like. So that's what the current models are suggesting here, is ENSO neutral pattern, which would make the upper the upper Midwest, the Northern Plains, the Ohio Valley fairly cold. What that could do is also bring down some polar vortexes and stuff like that in an ENSO neutral pattern. But look at this. So what also happens here is it's relatively warm down south. There's really not a whole lot of changes on our current winter forecast, even with neutral patterns. But there's a lot of precipitation and a lot of warmth that can occur down in the deep south, which, given those conditions, if we were in an ENSO neutral pattern, that really could amplify severe weather events this winter. And towards like the Dixie Alley here, we could see a lot of, a lot of severe weather setups and stuff like that. So we're going to have to watch that closely. We're going to have to really look out for that. And we'll keep you guys posted. Obviously, if any severe weather setup, comes forward and we see that, we'll talk about it. But right now we're good. But yeah, that's just kind of the pattern that we could be rolling our way into. And what that also could mean is that some of the areas out here towards the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, Mid-Atlantic could see a bit of snow, a good amount of snowstorms and stuff like that, because this is right around your battleground. This is right around where your mixing ground is, to where the cold air sinks enough to the south to make things cold. Plus that subtropical jet stream bringing and supplying the moisture can really allow for some good snows out there, a little bit lower. So that could be pretty good for some people who love snow in the south. But it also could mean that there would be a lot more severe weather too. So we'll have to see how that goes. But anyways, yeah, that's really that. We'll keep a close eye on that. If there's any other big updates that occurs, we'll keep you guys posted and everything like that. But otherwise, everybody, not a whole lot going on other than just a little bit of winter weather up there towards, like I said, Colorado. Still got that little winter weather going on here. Not a whole lot. Obviously, we got this this hurricane here, which is, pretty much just bound to die without really causing any big concerns. So other than that, yeah, looks pretty good. Here's a quick little view before we head off here of the snow. It's actually coming down a little bit more than it was earlier. Look at that. Look at that, man. Actually, look at that. The roads are actually starting to get accumulated on now. You see that? Earlier when we were watching this, those roads were not getting touched by the snow. And now those roads are starting to accumulate snow. So they probably cooled down enough to where either they cooled down enough to where, snow can easily stick, or B, which is probably more likely, is the accumulation rate has increased, and therefore it's more overwhelming, and therefore there's more accumulation than decumulation, or there's more accumulation than melting occurring. That is also a possibility. But anyways, everybody. Well, that's probably gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, really not a whole lot to cover other than just showing you guys kind of what's going on right now with the winter weather, with the tropics, and that little bit of severe weather that's not doing anything and probably won't do anything. Knock on wood. Um, you know, fairly calm otherwise. Nothing super significant or anything like that going on. And it kind of remains that way for the next few days from what it looks like. Here at the SPC, we'll go ahead and bring you guys over to the Storm Prediction Center's website here. So, yeah, just today we had that marginal here. Probability for a little bit of tornadic activity here. Let's go and bring you all over here. Yeah, a little bit of tornadic activity, a little bit of winds, a little bit of hail possible. Nothing super wild. No big outbreaks. Tomorrow, just a bit of thunderstorm activity towards the Midwest. The southern U.S. here. Day 3, Sunday, same thing. Tennessee Valley, Southeast. Could see maybe a little bit of thunderstorm activity, non-severe weather. Day 4, which is Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, nothing. Friday, nothing. So on the long range, there's nothing severe weather-wise coming in either. But yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing. So things are pretty calm. Otherwise, if we hop over here to the Hurricane Center, we do have another area that we're watching here. This has an overall 10% chance. I really don't see this thing doing anything. So we'll just watch it. I mean, it really doesn't seem to be much of a problem here at all. So yeah, just we'll keep an eye on it, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna do much at all, honestly. And but yeah, that's just a little bit of an update for you guys. Once again, nothing super wild other than the snow. Quite heavy in some spots. Some areas over 2-3 foot. But for the majority of populated areas, it really ranges. It really does range quite a bit. But anyways, everybody. Well, thank you all for joining. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just call it now. Been live for a little 30-minute update for you all. Not a super long live stream. No need to have a super long live stream tonight. So you guys just have a wonderful night, folks. Enjoy your snow. If you love your snow out there, enjoy your snow tonight. If you hate it, well, it'll be gone soon. But all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. The stream's gonna head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So if you guys have anything you want to go ahead and say to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat, go ahead and say your final goodbyes. And all right, everybody, thanks for joining. You guys take care. Once again, thank you for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated, and we'll catch you all later on. Peace out, my friends. Catch you then.